All right. Hey, guys, welcome to the Tuesday Night Principled Chiropractic Call from DE and Band of Brothers. I'm Dr. Brian Moriarty, your esteemed MC for tonight's exciting call with Dr. Mindy Weingarten. But right now, I'm in the closet. I'm not coming out of the closet, but I'm in the closet working on my gear for DE that's coming up next Thursday, guys. That's just 9 days away. We are ready to rock and roll with DE. It is time to rise up like a phoenix. We shall rise up from the ashes. Atlanta, August 13th to the 16th. You want to be rising up with us, guys. So make sure to join us there. Now, listen, DE has changed my life, all right? And it's changed countless people's lives. And maybe right now, you're on the fence about coming to DE. Maybe you've been waiting to see about the coronavirus. Maybe you've been waiting about different restrictions and quarantines and travels and masks and all kinds of stuff. But now is the time, okay? Years past, when you're 9 days out, you can't get a flight or hotels are sold out. Flights are really expensive. Not this year. Due to Corona, you could get flights at the last minute really cheap. Okay, there's rooms at the hotel still available. You can still register for DE. So if you've been on the fence, just thinking about it, get there. It will change your life. And this is the one. Okay, this is the meeting you've got to get to. Okay, this is the first one since all the BS went down. You don't want to not be at this one. You want to be around your like-minded people. So don't even think about it. Register. Get a hotel room, drive there, fly there, go by boat, stagecoach, horse, whatever, but get there to DE, okay? Next Thursday through Sunday. Why am I wearing this hat? Good question. Well, listen, I do a little MC work, and I'm going to be doing a little MC work at DE. So I'm working on my jackets here, okay? I got my jacket. Maybe this will be my new MC jacket. I got my DE shirt. Nothing is bigger than life. You know, and I got a nice little jacket on here. I got other jackets. Maybe we're going to drop a new jacket instead of the sequin jacket at this DE because it's so special. But I got a lot of stuff I'll be looking to show you guys. So don't miss this DE. Please, guys. All right. We need you there. Now, on to the call. Tuesday night, we got a powerhouse. And listen, guys, let's talk about the ICA real quick because the ICA came out with a set of bylaws, shredding the Constitution. If you get a ballot, I want you to vote no on the bylaw changes and the shredding of the Constitution changes. All right, because what they are doing is very dangerous for chiropractic. They're taking away your right to vote. All right, they're taking away your right as a member to cast your opinion on the president, on the vice president, on the secretary treasurer. They will decide it by the board themselves instead. And there's about 10 other things that I've detailed in a video. Judson, Eddie Martinez, Jay Holder, Mindy, you name it. People have been making videos. Ed Gigliotti, there's tons of videos out there to educate people on what is going on with the ICA. But one of the most outspoken people about this is our caller, is our speaker tonight. Dr. Mindy Weingarten is on a mission, okay, to get this stuff and to stop the BS in the ICA. And she has been everywhere on top of everything about this. So we thought, let's bring her on. She can share about anything she wants, okay? Philosophy, ICA, BS, whatever. But she is an absolute powerhouse in the profession. She's down here in Florida with us. She serves on our state board for the state of Florida with pride. And she has been coming to DE for decades and decades. And I truly think the world of this lady. I absolutely respect her to the highest level. So without further ado, our speaker for tonight's Tuesday night call, give it up for Dr. Mindy Weingarten.
Hello! It is Tuesday. And for all of you out there, on Tuesdays, I start my day with a wonderful group of people. I am on the breath calls. And Monday, the call didn't happen. Tuesday, the call didn't happen. And I miss starting my day with the call. So for all of you, you don't know, I'm number 2 on Tuesdays and I'm number 2 on Thursdays. So everybody, what I want you to do is close your eyes, palms down, 14 breaths, exercise. Palms up. I am grateful. Every cell of my being is vibrating in a state of gratitude. Oh, I am so, so grateful. I am grateful for this night. I am grateful to be on this call. I am grateful to be with the people who lift me up when I don't know I need to be lifted up and when I do know. I'm grateful for all the connections that I have made through the Band of Brothers on Monday night calls. I am grateful for my years of being with DE because it set me up for my game plan in life and I don't get thrown off. And if I do, I pick up my reading materials back on. Easy like that. And so I am grateful for the strength that having all of you in my life helps me do some of the things that I do. So I decided to wear the ICA shirt. And I don't know on the back, you can see it says all in. I have to tell you that I am all in to get rid of this board. I hardly ever say things like that, but they have to go. They are a gang. They don't respect their membership. And I just not going to spend a lot of time on what you need to do, but I'm going to tell you that you need to step up. The people that have formed the ICA Patriots need your help. And we have been asking all of you to write to this gang, from the president to all the members that sit on the board, and tell them you are fed up, that you do not want to see this ballot come to us, that you want them to repeal it, and you should say, shame on you, and you owe your membership an apology, and don't settle for anything less. So I ask you, it'll be even easier, just give me a Facebook message and say you want to do it. And I will send you a form letter that we created. I hope you can take parts of it and just make it a little bit more your own. And I will give you all of the email addresses. But I'm just tired of going onto Facebook and being the one writing the comments. If you're going to share a video on Facebook, don't just share it. Write something. Tell them that you're pissed. Tell them that you don't like it. Tell them that you need to be respected. Tell them that your money is hard earned, and when you give it to them, they should honor it. But just sharing it doesn't put the pressure on. And, you know, I know that some of you have friends that are on this board, and it's not a popularity contest. And they're maybe thinking that you won't do anything, you won't say anything to them because they're your friend. But right now, it's not a friendship game. It's a saving the ICA, because this is my last effort. I'm a lifetime member. And I joined in because Gary Walsman became the president. And I don't know how many of you know Gary and how many of you know Susan. I cherish them. But right now, I'm not happy with him because he allowed this to happen. And he knows it. I've called him. I've told him. And that's what all of you have to do. You cannot rely on me. You cannot rely on Brian. You can't rely on Eddie. You can't rely on Alan. You can't rely on Beth Zav. You can't rely on Steve Judson. You can't rely on Ed Gigliotti. You can't rely on Lucas Matlock. You can't rely on Andy Harding. You can't rely on George Curry. I don't know who else is on our group, but we need you. And that is my plea. You all, if you've been under a rock and you haven't looked at some of the posts about what they're trying to do, get on it. Read it. We're not, we tell you to vote no, but there's a reason, because we've read it. If you're not sure, read the stuff. Ask questions. We'll find the answers for you. You won't get it from the gang. I emailed them today asking for all the minutes of all these meetings that they had, these secret meetings, as far as I'm concerned, to destroy the ICA. But I need your help. So remember, you're going to send me your on Facebook Messenger that you are all in. Okay, now for something different. When Brian Lieberman asked me to do another call, I have to tell you, my first thought is that I'm kind of exhausted at this point in time, and thought, what is it that I have to share? And this popped up like the very next moment. So I was wondering, if you can read this? It says, the year 2020 is brought to you by the letters W, T, and F. And that has really, people who have conversations with me know that I tend to not use WTF, but I use the whole word. And that's how I've been feeling ever since February really started. So you know that there are 5 phases of grief. Let's see. It's denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. And I kind of feel like that I've gone through some sort of 5 stages when it comes to WTF. And so the first stage for me was, you got to be kidding. What the heck is going on? Where's all the toilet paper going? Why is everybody like gotten so fearful overnight? It was like crazy that we went from the country of the home and the brave and courage to scared out of our mind that we must be shitting bricks that we need this toilet paper. And it just was like, why? And then part of that, you must be kidding, WTF, was my chiropractic profession. We had us that said, we're keeping our doors open no matter what, because we were designed to serve. We have a mission. And I know on some of the talks, we talked about, we're essential workers. No, I think Michael Halloran said it best, is that we are dynamic essentials to our community. And so the thought of having to go into my office and first say that I'm taking care of my people, because if they didn't come to me, they'd go to the hospital, was not going to happen. I'm taking care of my people because my people need me to take care of them. And I needed to be open, because I truly believe you on this call, you on this video, me, everybody that attends DE, we are that beacon of hope. We all stand tall like a lighthouse, and the light turns in that circle, and it just keeps attracting people to come in, because they need the safety. They need a place where they're not judged. They need a place that someone just says, it's all going to be okay. When? We don't know. At the FCS convention, Matt McCoy was there, and he basically had run into like a porter who was wearing the mask, and he just said to Matt, I can't wait this to be over. And Matt just said, you might not know this, but it ain't ever going to be over. It's not going to change unless we, as chiropractors, get even stronger and stronger in our message. And so the other part of the WTF, I want to say the word, you guys, you know that. Look, I have this t-shirt that someone gave me. I'm turning 60 this year. And on this t-shirt it says, the soul of a sunflower, the fire of a lioness, the heart of a hippie, and it's true, but the mouth of a sailor. So it's really hard for me not to use my mouth of a sailor. And Lucas knows that because I usually use the mouth of a sailor when I'm so pissed. And so the other profession, when this all started, they started putting things on Facebook, and these people are mentors and coaches, and they have little guys that follow them around like they're the all be. And they were telling us that we shouldn't open our doors because we could be like the hot point or a center point of COVID coming out of our offices. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You're telling me that I grew up in DE, that I was supposed to serve and be that beacon, that I should worry that I'm going to give it to someone? I was like floored how they wanted to attack their own brothers and sisters that opened their doors to serve the masses, because that's what we did. You know, my office didn't grow exponentially, but my office stayed like it always stays. 2 people may have not showed up because they were afraid, but I found 2 people that haven't been in the office, decided they were coming back in. They decided that they were going to hear the message. And my message didn't change through whatever we're going through. I refuse to call it what everybody else wants to call it. I just, to me, I call it in my head a shit show, but to my patients, I just call it a thing. Whenever they try to say it, I just say, it's the thing. Let's just go with that. Don't give it any more power than everybody else around you is trying to give it. And that, again, is really what the message is in my office. And if people start talking in the waiting room, I just either have Debbie, who runs the front desk. We have this little bird that does the chicken dance, and we just turn it on and we just change the program, because that's what our office is an opportunity to change the program. And so it's all about safety. It's all about love. It's all about just giving them what they're not getting everywhere else. And the other part, part of that step was anger. I had anger. I was angry that I had to change some of the things in my office. I was angry that they thought that I had to, wash pens. People they can't use the same pen. What is that? That's crazy. When we were at the hotel in Orlando, the refrigerator in our room didn't work really well, so we needed some ice. And so I went with the ice bucket and then an extra bag. And in order to get ice into the extra bag, I had to hold the bag, and I was like, well, how am I going to press the button? And I'm looking around, and I'm like, the best way to press the button was to use my chin. So I'm thinking that if these people in the hotel would have saw that I used my chin and didn't touch everything that was wrapped in plastic, I might have been thrown out. This is the illusion that we're living in, and that's where part of my anger comes. I have this little button that I took off of a mirror. Can you see? I'm going to see if you can read it. It says, yeah, you can't read it too well. These were put on mirrors in the bathrooms, and it's dated 8/1 with a time on it at 8:39 a.m. and it says safe and clean. But I want to tell you, I took this off on 8/2 in the middle of the day. So the stuff that's going on around us is just for an illusion for us to think. Not us. Let's be real. The rest of the people that went like that to be so afraid. It's for them to still move through the process of this all. And that angers me. And the other thing that angers me is that And it's crazy. And I told this on my Band of Brothers on a Monday night talk, and it switched my anger, even though it sounds like I got a little anger now, but I really don't. I'm still part of the exhaustion part. Was that I had to slow down my day to wipe these tables off. Now, I'm in practice 33 years now, so I've gone a little over 32 and a half or 3/4 with never, ever washing a headpiece down. I mean, I used to crack up with people would do this with their hands in the room, and then they'd lay on my table right with the nose piece when the person before was on it. And it was just driving me nuts. And I thought about it and I thought about it. And then I realized I had to turn that energy into something else, because it really was restricting me being that safety harbor for my people. And I just decided that I had to appreciate my tables. I had to love my tables. And so I still do this. I go to the office early before we start up. I feel like that's my prep time. I have to be, right on when it's time to take care of people. And so I decided that I'm going to wash my tables down before I even do anything else in the office. And every morning, instead of thinking about a patient on the table, I wash it down with the loving thoughts of, thank you, God, that I have these tables to serve your people. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And I will do my best to connect them to their innate so that they can be a better them in whatever that looks like, because I'm not attached to the outcome of it all. And so every day I'm in my office with my little wipe downs and just saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. And that moved me out of this whole bizarre world that was somewhat running my emotions. It never changed me, because Dr. Sid told me then that whatever I do or whatever's going on, it's how I sees it and how I calls it. And I called it bullshit, and I still feel like it is. And I'm not changing my ways when it comes to that. I wasn't going to set up my office where one person sits in the parking lot and they text and then come on in. Not going to happen. If you want to kill a practice, do that. If you want to install more fear into the people that are already fearful, set it up that way. That's how I saw it. Everybody has to do what they have to do. I just felt that I couldn't encourage the fear behavior. I had to encourage more that it's okay. It's safe with me. It's all going to be all right. And so now the last stage for me with this, is that I just love. I laugh when these moments come up where I want to say, and I still say it, but now I say it with, it doesn't matter. We were over in Orlando and a hurricane is coming. I didn't think of, oh my God, I got to leave this place and go home and button down and pull this off the property. It was like, WTF, and it's all going to be all right. And you know why it's all going to be all right through all of this? It's because we do what we do because we love what we do and we want to make the world better. So we just need to be great in our communication, great in our love, great in our foundation of our principle, because that's what makes us strong. We all know it. We all have to share it. We have to, even when we're out of our office and you see some fear, you can always say to the person that you don't know, I don't know if you know this, but it's going to be all right. It may look different. We don't know the answer to that. But if you just hold tight, be strong, have your faith, have your family, it's all going to be all right. And we're going to overcome whatever this shitstorm is, that the public is fearful, and we are definitely going to overcome this gang that is running the ICA. I have absolutely, and you can tell it in my voice, I love them that they think they're running the ICA in the direction they want, but they're just cowards, and they're not coming up to talk to us. They hide, and we're not hiding. So please be all in for your people that come to you, and be all in for the organization that I truly love. I love it because Sid loved it. And I think that's why I'm so loyal to this and wasn't ready to walk away again. I mean, we tried to fight earlier and it didn't go the way I thought we should have taken it, but it was okay. Maybe it wasn't the right time, but because I love Dr. Sid and I love Dr. Nell and I love Dee Dee, and I know he was, all part of taking care of the ICA, I'm all in. I just have one little story to tell you. I don't know some of my friends that might be on the call that don't go to DE anymore, but we used to have a DE in Orlando, and we were over in the Disney World. I think it was the Princess Hotel or whatever they called it. But it was at the time where people in the ICA wanted to merge with the ACA. And the ACA was having their convention the same time in Orlando as the vote. And so Dr. Sid led his little ducks, and we walked over to that hotel, and we all put our vote down right then and there, no. And because we were all congregated, we killed that with huge numbers. So if you're a DE and you're an ICA member, do it for Dr. Sid. Don't do it for me. Do it for Dr. Sid. Do it for Dr. Nell. Do it for Dee Dee. Dr. Dee Dee is just a godsend to us. He's our connection. He's our spirit. And do it for him. Let's go get them. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm sure, I don't know if you got anything out of it, but probably I'm supposed to learn something from it. Thank you.
Great job, Dr. Mindy.
Thank you, Brian.
Wait, can you hear me? You can hear me, right?
I can hear you. You're not in the closet.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm out of there now. Last week, Andy came back on and had no volume whatsoever, so I didn't want to do an Andy Harding. He also called Megan Afshar Megan Afshar Rando. He thought that was her name. So
yeah.
The comments I've been reading on the bottom here, people calling you one of the hardest working people in chiropractic, one of the most honest people. Sometimes love is a left hook, and I got a lot out of that, and I think everyone on here did.
I think you experienced that a little bit when we were sitting with your uncle.
Yeah, he's still mad about that. So let's.
Really? Then I did my job.
So, but anyway, you are a absolute powerhouse. That was a great talk. I agree wholeheartedly with everything you said, from Corona to the ICA to everything. And, we just love and appreciate you, dear. You are just amazing. And I can't wait to see you next week at DE.
I can't wait to be there. I think it's going to be so much fun, even though Kat asked me to be on the platform. And I'm like, really?
Well, just do what you did today. I think that would work.
I'll do my darndest. I love everybody.
Yes.
They're my inspiration, because you're all out there doing what you need to do.
Absolutely. And go Patriots, and not the football kind, right?
That's right. ICA Patriots at gmail.com.
And Mindy threw down the gauntlet. I expect to see some messages sent her way on Facebook Messenger, okay? If you guys didn't hear that, watch this video over again. But if she doesn't get any messages, I'm going to be disappointed. So the gauntlet's been thrown down.
Love you all.
Love you. Bye, guys. Have a great night. See you, DE.